What is going on, fire signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for you guys. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that is totally fine. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and see what is going on in your love lives today, or for this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, October 13th through the 14th. All right, let's see what we got going on here, family. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Well, you get an extra card because I pulled that. I'm just going to undo that pull. Interesting. Okay, so your underlying energy is the Nine of Wands. Okay, I think this is like the second time you guys have had the Nine of Wands as your underlying energy. Underneath that is the Four of Wands. Yeah, and the Four of Cups. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. You have the Ace of Pentacles underneath that. Okay. Well, I don't think you guys have given up on your dreams. You're still working through it. You're exhausted. I do feel like there may be some sort of building of a wall, though. As much as you're pushing forward, trying to, you know, finish this situation, trying to get to the end of this situation, I feel like in the process you may have built up a wall. And the reason why I think that for sure is because of what you've got going on here in the heart of your reading, which is the Two of Swords. You're having some issues making a decision. And it starts from not really being able to see the situation in the first place, keeping the situation balanced. And I feel like you're kind of distancing yourself from people, or you're kind of keeping a block away from people right now, because it looks like, one, you're exhausted anyway, and then on top of that, it's like, yeah, you're just kind of trying to keep the balance because you're just so tired. And I don't know if I don't think you feel that you have the enough energy in your reservoir to kind of push forward to cancel it out. And I feel like that's not necessarily your most ideal action, to be honest with you. I feel like this is not how you would normally handle it. This is not something you'd like to handle it. How you'd like to handle it. The reason why I say that is because the Six of Wands is crossing. Six of Wands is a very proud card. This person is going through town with pride. They are happy with what they've done. And I feel like for some of you guys, it may be that you're kind of keeping yourself out of the limelight for some reason. Probably you should be. As for something here, it's like I feel like there's some sort of decision that that you have to make, but since you're not making it, it's not making you're not very happy about what's going on. You don't feel very proud, and I think it's because you announced it yet. It's almost like you're not necessarily keeping anything a secret, but it's just like, it's just something here. I feel like it's just keeping you from being able to be proud of what you're doing, because you're not necessarily taking a look at what's going on, or like handling it on your own. I feel like you are, but the way you're doing it, you don't like it, or you may not be, this just may not be your ideal way of doing it. Okay, now in the past you have the Six of Pentacles, which does indicate to me that there is some sort of balance, some sort of give and take. You're getting something out of the situation. That tells me that much, or that the situation that you are putting a lot of effort in, a lot of time, energy, patience, everything into it. You were just pumping it with all kinds of goodness, and then now you have the Knight of Wands, which you're, you know, you're kind of just chilling. I think this is your energy here because this is your kind of like, I'm just going to do me and that's pretty much it. I'm not going to focus too much on everybody else or anything else. I'm just going to do what I want to do and that's it. Okay? But I feel like maybe that's behind, you know, closed doors, not in the limelight, away from what other people are seeing. I feel like you're kind of being the Knight of Wands in private. Like you're having fun, but it's like you don't know, and it's almost like you're having fun, but you don't want it to be seen. You don't want to be noticed that you're having fun. Why is the Six of Wands coming up as the crossing energy? That is way too many cards, y'all. Okay. Why is the Six of Wands coming up in the underlying energy? The Ace of Wands. What? Why is the Ace of Wands coming up? Why is the Ace of Wands coming up for the Six of Wands? The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, I mean, it makes sense. Nine of Wands is tired, exhausted, you know, all that stuff. And then it's like the Six of Wands is saying, yeah, it's progress being made, it's being recognized for the work that you've been putting in. It's feeling proud of what you've done so far, but it's crossed by the Ace of Wands. Like obviously this sort of effect that you're having here, this feeling that you have with regarding, you know, with whatever you're doing, it's like you're not, it's not necessarily, again, it's not a step that you would take. It's not a direction that you would make, pretty much, because it's delaying an Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning. And and the reason why it's delayed because you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And then that's what the Knight of Wands in a way is kind of showing. It's like, yeah, you've been busting your behind for a long time and you're very close to the end, but you have your walls up. And I feel like you're just trying to be you and just not kind of deal with everybody else, deal with the crowd. And that's why you're probably like the Two of Swords and the Knight of Wands, in my opinion, already contradict themselves, because the Knight of Wands doesn't necessarily have a problem with making a decision. He knows what he does want, he knows what he doesn't. And I think that the situation is this: the Six of Wands is like you just don't see how you don't really want people to know your shit. Just to be straight up with you, you don't want people to know your stuff. You don't want people in your business. And I feel like the situation is that you just don't want people to know what you're doing. Now, I don't have any High Priestess or the Moon cards here, so the Two of Swords is definitely not one of those cards that's all about keeping secrets. It's more of just kind of willful ignorance kind of a thing. It's like, it's almost like the situation is that it's calling for you to make a decision, or there's a difficult decision that you have to make. You have to take off the blindfold to face it, but what's crossing you is the Six of Wands. It probably has to do with how far you've come, and it's like, that's the hard part. Recognizing, seeing how far you've come is probably not the most ideal. Seeing how much you've been doing is not really for you. You're recognizing that maybe it's just not that fun, and you end up cutting it off at the end. It's like maybe the reason why you're not looking at it, keep the balance, is because you're kind of hoping it will go away. But I think the situation is this: so your Knight of Wands energy is coming out. It's like, look, this isn't actually for me, probably, or your desire to do things that you want to do, be creative or something, have more passion in a relationship, that's coming out. And I feel like you feel like the end is near because you can't help but feel like this is not enjoyable. This is not what I want. Or perhaps this is what you want to do and you're not about to stay here. Your goal and ambition is the Page of Cups. For some of you guys, the Ten of Swords could be that this is just an ending of a cycle altogether. It could be a good one. But the Ten of Swords usually talks about a devastating ending. But you have the you have the Page of Cups coming up here, which really indicates to me that this is obviously an offer. Communication of love for some of you guys, and maybe that you guys were, you guys are looking to communicate in love with someone, or communicate about your feelings to somebody. Maybe that's just it, right? It's kind of like you're keeping the balance until you're waiting for a perfect opportunity, maybe for some of you guys as well. because you did this perhaps in the past, and now you're waiting for this. Because then ultimately you have the Empress, which is co-creation, you know, abundance, you know, in a way stability, but it's more of like comfort, domestic. This could be another person as well, Taurus or Libra. But I'm getting this feeling that this person, I mean, if there's a person involved with this, there could be a Knight of Wands here, that this could be someone else, right? The situation is that you're dealing with somebody else, another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody completely different, someone that's very fun, exciting to be around. And I feel like the hard thing is that to be caught out there, or to be noticed, or to be recognized, or to be seen by this person. I don't know. It's almost like there's something. It's like like you're not trying to do something, you're not saying something, or you're completely not making a decision right now because there's some sort of intention right now. Like there's something that you're trying to do. If there's something you're trying to do, I feel like that. I mean, how are you gonna have a wall, right? How are you gonna have a wall, but then still try to do something? I don't think you're trying to do anything. I think you're building the wall up to keep yourself from making a decision about what's going on at this moment, based off of how you feel right now. Very interesting. Since this is the weekend, I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys a Wisdom of the Oracle card. See what they say. What a very interesting read. And you guys have for the weekend, mending. Oh. See what I'm saying? I thought there was something ending in the future. Something could be closing itself out, and it's the thing, mending. This doesn't necessarily mean that you completely close a chapter and walk away from the person. It doesn't mean you break up. It does mean that you forgive and you move on. You know, you let bygones be bygones. And I think that's the situation. Like, you've been building a wall up because perhaps maybe there was something that wasn't concluded, and you don't really want to bring attention to that right now, perhaps. Either way, mending is about closing the chapter, closing the door, really, on whatever issues that you have, like outstanding with someone. And I feel like that's the situation. Maybe the difficult situation is telling somebody, hey, look, this is how I truly feel, and putting yourself out there. All right, family, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys Monday. Love y'all. Bye now.